The following broadcast has been pre-recorded for your convenience and is sponsored by the Southwest Washington Recovery Coalition. To learn information about the coalition or to become a member, visit SWWARC.org.
The views expressed on this special broadcast of the Take 12 radio show do not necessarily reflect those of KHLT Recovery Broadcasting or its affiliates. KHLT is not affiliated with any particular 12-step fellowship.
A very scary experience.
You know, God is a solution. God, the 12 step.
I like where he's going here.
Helps the community grow, helps us grow.
Monty has done a phenomenal job.
Lack of open-mindedness.
And you're talking about taking people through a spiritual process and getting them into recovery.
Thanks, Monty, and thanks for all your support.
We need spirituality to make this thing work long term.
It's an absolute pleasure. He certainly knows a lot of people.
This is one of the places that is about the business of the solution.
And now, broadcasting on location somewhere in the vast expanse of the Pacific Northwest, it's the over-opinionated 12-stepologist, the Monty'man.
Well, greetings, family, and welcome to the Take 12 Recovery Radio Show. I am your host, the Monty'man, at take12radio.com on your internet dial. And we are on the road for this show. We are up in Vancouver, Washington, at Clark College for the Southwest Washington Recovery Coalition. This is our third year at the coalition. And my co-host, Denver Wolfe, is with me at our booth. Hey, Denver.
Howdy.
So you've never actually attended something like this before, right?
No, sir.
All right. So what this is a coalition. This is a group of people within the recovery community in Southwest Washington, Washington State. We have NA, AA, CA, Celebrate Recovery. We have faith-based groups. We have Lifeline Connections. We have just a number of people. We got a booth right next door. Denver, I'm going to move over here and talk to this gentleman. What booth are you representing, sir?
I am part of Lifeline Connections alumni.
Oh, you're an alumni for Lifelines. All right.
Yes.
And what's your name?
Keith Wells.
Keith? How you doing, Monty? Yeah. So how long have you been doing the alumni thing with Lifeline?
Almost a year.
Almost a year.
Yeah,
Great people, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've had a lot of fun this year, and Lifeline's getting ready to open a new recovery resource center out in Hazeldale, so I'll be out there volunteering as well. Oh, and then I also do Smart Recovery.
You do Smart Recovery?
Yeah.
Explain to our listeners what Smart Recovery is, because some people don't know.
Smart Recovery is a science-based program that provides tools for you to work through your issues in life, and it's based on a 4-point program for enhancing motivation, getting through urges and cravings, and then getting through emotional upsets, and finally living a balanced life.
Good deal.
I actually have a list of 12 different ways that it's different from AA.
Right.
I like AA too, so I do both programs.
So you do both. You get the best of both
programs,
worlds.
Yes.
Yeah.
Work on that. I need more than just one.
I hear you. Well, thank you, sir, for talking to me.
Sure.
And congratulations for being an alumni of Lifeline Connections. They're great folks.
You. Yeah,
so I'm going to go over here. She's going to be embarrassed. What's your name?
Talitha.
Talitha. So you went, darn, I thought he was going to walk by me, right?
I did, yes.
Oh, hi, Talitha. I'm Monty. So what's your connection with Lifeline Connections?
I went to Lifeline Connections August 3rd of last year and got out September 5th and been on the alumni ever since.
Well, good for you. So this thing has really worked for you well, right?
Yes, it has.
Yeah, you look good. You don't look like you probably looked at one time, right?
Yeah, for real.
That's
seriously.
good. Well, congratulations.
Yeah,
Thanks, guys, for talking to me.
Thank you.
Appreciate it very, very much. All right, so Denver.
Yes, sir.
So we were saying again, you have never been to one of these things before.
Nope.
So when you were in a crowd of people like this many times in the past, they weren't sober, true?
That's funny, Monty. No, they weren't. And no, neither was I, so I guess we all blended together well.
Right.
We're one mixed big bad drink there.
So we're going to be talking to some more people, so don't go away. We're going to take a short break. We'll be right back.
Excellent.
Lifeline Connections, providing a safe, confidential, and comfortable place for hope, help, and healing in the Pacific Northwest.
When I started receiving services at Lifeline Connections just over 6 years ago, I was so broken. I was homeless, I had a mental illness, and a substance use disorder. By being able to treat my mental illness first, I was able to gain the tools that I needed to overcome my mental illness and to treat my addiction. Lifeline Connections has given me the hope and healing that I needed to get my life back in order. Today, I am proud to say that I'm a success.
To speak with an addiction specialist, call 360-397-8246 or visit lifelineconnections.org.
All right, welcome back, and thank you for our sponsor for that intro segment there. Standing right here is Joey Smith with the Southwest Washington Recovery Coalition. Joey, how the heck are you, buddy?
I'm doing great, Monty'man. How are you?
I'm doing awesome. It's good to see you again.
Great to see you.
How many years have you guys been doing this?
This is the 16th annual Clark County Recovery Forum, and it's the second forum that's hosted by the Southwest Washington Recovery Coalition.
So this forum includes what, for those who are not here?
Well, it's a group of individuals and organizations in Clark County and this part of the state of Washington that get together and basically lobby for people in recovery and work on providing resources, legislation, and just overall movement towards recovery in Clark County and beyond.
So fill me in on maybe some of the most recent legislation you guys have been involved in.
Well, in the state of Washington, it's been ongoing. Ricky's Law is certainly a touch point here in Washington, and we're working with legislatures for additional funding, especially around the opioid epidemic in the state, just generally staying in front of our legal representatives and our state representatives to let them know about the fight that's going on in our community and keeping them in tune with what they can do to support.
Now, I'm going to tread lightly here, but I am going to ask you, do you think this administration has got a handle on the opioid epidemic?
I'm not real sure any administration has a handle
I'm not
on
either.
I'm hopeful, Monty. I'm hopeful.
Yeah.
They're talking a mean game. They talk like they have a handle on it and that they're going to dedicate the resources to it. Let's hope that happens.
Let's hope it happens. Thanks, Joey, for talking to me. You're a busy guy.
Thank you, Monty, man. It's great to have you here.
Yeah, it's great to see you again, brother. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. All right, I'm going out into the hallway here, and there's Monty. There's my namesake here. Monty. Monty with the M-O-N-T-E. How you doing, buddy?
Very good.
All right, tell us what you're doing here and what this whole thing's about.
Oh, recovery. This is Recovery Rocks, like they did Hands Across the Bridge, and we're just showing speakers from a family that's made it through recovery and the community, just brighten up. And here's our MC.
All right, come here, buddy. Come here, Carl.
Man, he got it going on.
Carl Robinson, and you are a master of ceremonies for this event today here for the Recovery Coalition, right?
Yes, I am.
All right, tell us what we're in store for today.
We are in store for trying to get the recovery community a little more awareness about the coalition. The coalition is kind of a liaison between the county councilors and state of Washington, and what we're trying to do is make sure that recovery people have a voice, and also to make sure that they know that we have a lot of resources here that are kind of pulling for us and that we can kind of draw from.
So we know that addiction is the number one health crisis in our world today. Recovery from addiction gets the least amount of attention due to stigma. You guys are helping to break that stigma by bringing a lot of different recovery venues together, right? I mean, we got AA and NA and CA and CR and faith-based and smart recovery and just a whole lineup of people that are involved, and a lot of issues that may separate us pretty much get dropped at the door when it comes to the coalition. True?
Yeah, that's what we're trying to do. I mean, the DSM-4 says that mental health and addiction are both disorders.
Right.
And, we don't have, there used to be a stigma with mental health, but that's breaking, and we're trying to our hopes are that when it comes to addiction, the stigma will break as well.
Sure. Now, we know that many people are living with co-occurring mental health issues, dual diagnosis, probably more than just your straight-up alcoholic or straight-up opiate addict only, right?
Yes, and who knows whether the egg comes before the chicken,
right,
so to speak.
Yeah.
But yeah, we do find out that there is a lot of co-occurring disorders, and by becoming aware of that, not only the recovery community, but other people in the community that may be what we call normies, hopefully that stigma will be broke.
Are there, Carl, and Monty, but both of you, are there really any such thing as normies? I mean, come on, right? Everybody's got something.
Everyone has something that they're dealing with. Maybe they admit it. Maybe they're in denial.
Oh, definitely.
Or maybe they're just deluded.
There you go. But they say 1 in 3 people either have an addiction problem or know somebody that is close to them that is dealing with an addiction or alcohol problem.
Yeah, absolutely. So who are some of the presenters today?
There he
is. Looking at his agenda here.
Okay, so you mean the tables on the outside?
Just some of the people that are here today, and
so
maybe
we
who's
have
speaking.
Human Services Council representative. We have Celebrate Recovery, the Exchange, of course, Southwest Washington Recovery Coalition, and then some of the speakers that are going to be. We have Ashley Iverson and Jason Ricketson. We have DJ and Charlene Russo. We have Mandy Ingram and Michelle Ocheda, Sam Chose, and Jeffrey Reams.
You know what? When you're an MC, you got to pronounce last names correctly, right? Good job, Carl.
Yeah.
Good job.
It's very good, very good.
Monty's hard to say, though, right?
Yeah, I know. I always count on Carl to stick up for me. Roommates,
All right. So how long have you been doing this thing, Monty?
13 years.
13
well,
years.
the coalition, I've been only 3.
Right.
So,
Right, but the recovery thing?
Yeah, it was for 13 years, 2 months.
Yeah, and you're a Facebook buddy of Take 12 Radio, I know that. Yeah.
Yes.
So what has been, for you, and then I'll ask you, Carl, what has been the biggest joy for you in this new life you found away from substance abuse?
Oh, yeah. Finding the Lord is good. I'm sorry.
There you go.
Yeah, God is good. I mean, he just overwhelms me out every time I pray, when I find myself just going places where I'm not supposed to, and then I go, oh man, I gotta pray, and he just takes me right out. So.
Carl, same question.
I'd have to say that since I've been in recovery, I've learned how to be a brother, I've learned how to be a father, I've learned how to be a son, and I was never any of those things while I was under the slave of addiction.
Sure, and we really are slaves to it when it's calling the shots, right?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Well, guys, congratulations. Thanks so much for talking to me.
And thank you for coming.
All right, thank you for emceeing, Monty. Always good to see you, brother.
Thank you.
All right, here's a hug.
Thank you.
Montyman. Montyman. All right. You are tuned in to Take 12 Recovery Radio. Our website is located at take12radio.com. on your internet dial. The venue here at Clark College is filling up quickly. They're serving hamburgers and hot dogs and salads, and everybody's just having a really good time here at Soda Pop. And if you have an opportunity to get involved with an event like this, please do it. Recovery is much more than just going to meetings and drinking bad coffee. Get into service work. Get into service work within your recovery fellowship and on the outside of your recovery fellowship. Get involved with an Oxford House. Get involved with some of these coalitions. Get involved with literature and H&I and things like the Exchange Church. The Exchange Church is part of Faces of Hope here in the Vancouver area. Just get involved because you cannot keep it unless you give it away. I'm going to move over here to the Celebrate Recovery booth and talk to the women there. Celebrate Recovery is a faith-based recovery program, and it has been around for some time now, and it is growing by leaps and bounds from coast to coast. Hi, you guys. I'm Monty with Take 12 Radio. How are you?
Good, we're good.
Okay, CR. I'm a CR guy. Some people that listen to the show don't know anything about it. Tell us about Celebrate Recovery. Who wants to do that? Okay.
Celebrate Recovery is a faith-based 12-step program where we look to our higher power as Jesus, and we go by the 12 steps and their biblical comparisons.
And you don't just sit around drinking bad coffee, right? You do a whole lot more than that.
We serve dinner, then we have a large group with either a testimony or a lesson, and then we break out into gender-specific small groups.
Right, so you have support groups for women that are dealing with hurts, hang-ups, and habits?
Yes.
For men with addiction issues, codependency, and you guys you have 12-step workshops too, right?
Yeah, we have step studies where they last a few months and you work through the 12 steps.
Okay, 9 months?
9 months.
9 months, all right. Not 9 years, no. Right? You move through it pretty quickly, and what's really nice about recovery is when it's applied and implemented, and let's see if you guys can agree, things change relatively quickly if we will do the work. True?
True. Very true.
Yeah. So, hey, thanks you guys for being here. You guys aren't going to get away without saying hi. What's your name?
Amy.
Amy and?
Terry.
Terry. Amy and Terry. Are you all three part of the same CR group?
Yeah, I'm Joanne.
Huh?
I'm
Joanne. Joanne, Amy, and Terry. All right. So, Terry, how long you been with CR?
Almost 4 years.
4 years. How about you, Amy?
2.5.
2.5?
2.5.
2.5. Well, you're a power to reckon with. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So if you're down here at the Recovery Coalition Forum, please come by the Celebrate Recovery booth. Check out these three wonderful ladies, pick up some literature, and there you go. All right. Thank you so much. All right. We're going to move across the room and go back to the Take 12 Recovery Radio booth where Denver is standing. And we will be back right after this. You can do all things through Christ. He gives you strength. He gives you courage. So lift your eyes to the hope.
This is my fight song. Take back my life song.
Embrace the change. Feel the freedom. Recover your identity. Now is the time. This is the place. This is your fight song. This is Celebrate Recovery. To locate a Celebrate Recovery fellowship in your area, visit celebraterecovery.com.
Nothing changes if nothing changes.
This is Tony Morosi from the recovery band Self-Esteem, and we're listening to the Take 12 Recovery Radio Show with the Monty'man on KHLT Broadcasting.
Hi, you guys. I'm Monty with Take 12 Radio.
Hi, my name's Shauna, and I'm the coordinator for the Clark County Therapeutic Specialty Courts.
Okay, so tell us what that means.
So, in essence, our therapeutic specialty courts, some people might know them as our drug court programs. They've been around our community for over 18 years, and they provide a jail or prison alternative for individuals involved in the justice system. So we offer them the opportunity to be out in the community with a lot of structure and accountability through treatment programs, a lot of drug testing, self-help meetings, and ultimately the judge monitors their case on a weekly basis in the beginning, and if they do well, they stay in our community.
And this is all about major accountability, true?
True.
Yeah, so you're not getting away with much.
No.
Drug courts, Take 12 Radio is a big supporter of drug courts. We're in Lynn County, Oregon, and we know it works. We've seen it work, and we do a lot of traveling with the radio show and other counties and see that it works too. How long have you been doing this?
I personally have been doing this for 17 years in a variety of counties, but I've been here in Clark County for 9 years.
9 years, so congratulations. And you are?
I'm Brittany from Consumer Voices Are Born.
Okay, tell us about that organization.
It's Reach 2. We originally started working with the therapeutic courts as peer mentors with same life experiences, having substance use issues ourselves, and we also do the reentry part of the jail, which is something new.
So do you guys correlate your work together? Do you guys work together?
Yes.
Yeah. So how do you do that? How do you make that work?
So essentially, part of our program, we build in and encourage that they work with the Reach 2 program, get a peer mentor who has gone through our drug court programs, plus they're in recovery. So they help act as coaches, guides, advocates for the program, and they offer a variety of classes for us, support groups, and pro-social activities. Like they had a recovery softball league this summer, pottery classes. So just giving people new into recovery those new people, places, and things that help them be more successful long term.
Right. So let me ask you this: How do you track? Is there a method that you track the successes of people that have completed drug court?
Absolutely, yes. And I knew someone would ask me that. So essentially, we've had almost 2,000 individuals go through our felony level drug court over the course of 18 years.
Here in Clark County?
Here in Clark, yes. Here
wow.
In Clark County. Mm-hmm. And I'm looking for our statistics as we speak. And as of December of 2016, we had 560 people graduate one of our Thursday drug court programs. We also have what's called residential DOSA drug court, and we've had 84 individuals as of December complete that program.
That's amazing work. Thank you so much for what you guys are doing for the community and for those in recovery. Saving lives, right?
Absolutely. We love to say that drug courts are really the child where public safety and criminal justice come together.
I love it. Thanks, you guys, for talking to me.
Thank you.
All right. Awesome. Okay, just a couple of tables down. I'm going to zip over here for a minute. I know you're right in the middle of eating. What's your name?
My name is Lynn.
Lynn, and who do you represent?
I'm actually just here as a friend for Betty, who does They Count, Fallen, Active, and Recovered of Clark County.
Okay, so They Count, Fallen, Active, Recovering. Recovered. Recovering is your T-shirt.
Yep.
Yeah. So what is this organization about?
They support all who are touched by addiction.
Okay, and how do they do that?
Online, and she's been meeting and doing T-shirts. My son's name actually is on the back of this T-shirt.
Oh, nice. And you feel like sharing about that?
He died here in Clark County 5 years ago from a heroin overdose.
And so you've committed to help so this doesn't happen again, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
This year I held International Overdose Awareness Day here at Marshall Park, where we gave out 24 Narcan kits.
Okay, tell us about Narcan. A lot of people still don't know what that is, which is a shame. They need to know, so tell us about it.
It is a medication, naloxone, that will disrupt the opiate receptors that stops you from breathing. So I look at it as much like an EpiPen, that if you're having a reaction to something you're allergic to, it stops that. It blocks that and provides you the ability to breathe once again. It doesn't provide treatment. It just resuscitates you and turns that off so your body can breathe.
So we can save a life, and then we can move on to whatever we need to do next. But we got to get that life saved, because a life unsaved, that's not going to work.
No, it won't.
Right. So how are you doing ever since the loss of your son?
It's been hard finding any kind of resources. My son attended Daybreak as a juvenile. He went to treatment twice, was in 8 months of recovery before he relapsed. And in those 5 years, I had really no one to talk to. I found a group online called the Addict's Mom, and they provide support in 50 states, plus they have subgroups. I'm actually one of the admins now for Grieving Mothers. With that support, having our community like that, that is the only way that you can actually help one another and actually move forward.
Yeah, amen. The Addict's Mom, they've been on our show. That's a powerful organization. They grew very quickly. They've won many awards. They're really out there, and I really encourage people to check out the Addict's Mom. You just Google it online. Do They Count? Do you guys have a website?
Yes, they do. Well, I know they have a Facebook group.
Okay.
And it's under They Count.
All right, just go to Facebook.
Yep.
Yeah, / They Count.
Search They Count. You'll find Fallen, Active, Recovering, and from there you can join. So,
thank you so much for talking to me, and bless your heart. And I know your son is deeply proud of you.
Thank you.
All right, They Count, Fallen, Active, Recovering. Another booth here at the Clark County College hosting, yet again, the Southwest Recovery Coalition's Recovery Forum. All right, we're going to move over to another booth here, but we're not going to use any last names. We're just going to use the first name. How's that sound?
Sounds good to me. My name's Warren.
Okay, Warren is here with the public information booth for Alcoholics Anonymous, and I am so glad to see this happening because sometimes within our recovery worlds, people don't want to rub shoulders with other organizations, but we can do that without breaking tradition, right?
Absolutely, yeah. We support each other.
That's right. And so Alcoholics Anonymous, of course, has been around for a lot of years. Really, when we look at the success rates of recovery institutions, what we see is the 12-step model birthed by Alcoholics Anonymous and the founders. It has been and continues to be, when followed by following directions, still the most successful. True?
I believe so. The big book says that of the people who really try, emphasize really try, the recovery rate's 50% plus another 25% after a relapse or two.
Right.
That's pretty good.
That is very good. That is very good. So what I love about this coalition is that we have all sorts of groups here, and agendas are left at the door, and everybody is on the same page.
Absolutely. Yeah, we're here to help people and just have people understand that we're here if they need anything. We're here to help.
Anonymity does not mean secrecy. It does not. We've misunderstood that. And, we're radio, so at the level of press, radio, and film, we protect anonymity. We respect that highly. That's why we're just talking to you as your first name and your booth. But listen, if you want information, if you want public information about AA, go to aa.org. You can download the PDFs of all the literature that's on there. Thank you so much for serving with Alcoholics Anonymous and taking care of this public information booth for us today.
You're welcome. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. God bless. All right. We will be back right after this.
There I was in my business suit, all dressed up, just uptight as I could possibly be. And I don't remember much of what was said at that first AA meeting. It was more the feeling of the meeting itself.
That's what has kept me going. I know it works, and I see the people ahead of me with more sobriety. I see how happy they are, and I want that. I want that too.
And what I notice about AA is it sort of helps me to relax and learn to really be happy with my sobriety. It's a richer life to live.
That's exactly what Alcoholics Anonymous does. It teaches us how to live without drinking. It teaches us how to have fun and really enjoy life without drinking.
This program's given me the good life. The only good life I've ever known.
Alcoholics Anonymous. It works. Look us up. Check your phone book, newspaper, or aa.org.
Hey, you! Yeah, you! It's the Monty'man from Take 12 Recovery Radio. And as a journalist, I get a ton of literature from folks to read every single year. And I simply can't get to everything. But there is one publication I never miss. It's the 12-Step Gazette. This is an award-winning recovery magazine for Philly, South Jersey, and surrounding counties, and is distributed nationwide and can be viewed even on the internet. Rehabs, detoxes, helplines, puzzles, classifieds, columnists, events, an hilarious humor page, and so much more, all found in the 12-Step Gazette. To get your copy of the 12-Step Gazette, visit www.12stepgazette.com today.
Barbara Gary, you're not going to get away from me that quickly. I know you hate this microphone. I've known you long enough to know that, but how are you, my dear?
I'm really well. My head has stopped spinning around.
Barbara, tell us what you do with the coalition.
I'm just a member of the coalition.
Oh, but you are a hard-working member of the coalition. You do a lot.
It's only because I know a lot of people.
Well, that helps. Well, your smiling face and your positive personality certainly do not hinder the effectiveness of what you do for the recovery community here in Vancouver. She is not a woman of prideful esteem. She's humble, but I got to tell you, I thank you so much for all that you do, Barbara.
Thank you for being here.
Yeah,
we love you.
We love you too. All right, thank you. Barbara Guerriere with the Southwest Washington Recovery Coalition. I'm going to come over here to this booth here. How you guys doing?
Good, how you doing?
Good. So tell me about your booth.
Hi.
Hi, what's your name?
Sarah Roan, and I work with Jerry Stanley on the Recovery Coalition. And
Tell me what you do.
we made what the Recovery Coalition
No,
does?
what you do with the Recovery Coalition.
I help recovery coach. I'm a recovery coach, and I work with my mom in her outreach program. And we made these quilts and donated them to auction off for a good cause.
Yeah, these are amazing quilts. Did you make any one of these?
Every single one of them.
Oh, you did every one of them. That's a lot of work.
Yep. We made them out in Ridgefield, Washington. Anyone who wants one can contact Jerry. We can make one.
Now, Ridgefield, that's where Recovery Village is, true?
I
think it is.
Yes, yes, I believe so.
Joey Smith, who works out there at Recovery Village, is such a big part of the Recovery Coalition. So you guys is this a silent auction?
It's a silent auction where the people have come up and put a bid on it, and a lot of people are watching the one they want and coming and bidding up by $2 to make sure they get it.
Ooh, that's the way to do it. That's the way. What's your name?
Garrett Stanley.
Garrett, are you in recovery, Garrett?
No, I'm not.
Okay, but you're a supporter.
Yeah, because Jerry's my grandma.
Oh, there you go. All right. So this recovery thing is a good deal, right?
It's a very good deal.
We were talking the other minute ago with somebody. We were talking about the stigma of addiction and how recovery helps to break that stigma. So you've seen some stuff, right?
I've seen a lot of stuff.
Yeah, probably more than you care to.
Well, it's cool to see him, get off the drugs and all that stuff.
Right. Well, hey, I appreciate you guys taking care of the booth, doing all this quilt work. It's beautiful, and keep rocking. All right, thank you so much for talking to me. All right, I'm going to move over here. How you doing, my friend?
How you doing, buddy?
Good. What's your name?
Ed Park.
Ed, and tell me about your booth.
It's Breaking Free Ministries. We're a veterans ministries, prison ministry, homeless ministry.
Veterans and homeless?
Yeah, we do transitional housing. We've been doing this for about 24 years now.
So do you think that the veterans in our country don't get nearly as much attention as they should?
They didn't used to.
Yeah.
And during the Vietnam years, they didn't. It was pretty bad. But I think because of that, over the years, it's changed. Now, veterans get all kinds of respect now and a lot of attention.
So it is a lot better than it used to be.
It's starting to straighten out. I'm really proud of the way the country's reacted to the veterans now. During the Vietnam years, it wasn't that good.
Right.
But now, even with all the divisions going on, regardless of all that, there's overall universal respect for veterans, and I really appreciate it.
That is really good news to hear. Thank you for your service, sir.
Thank you.
All right. God bless you. All right. The Breaking Free booth here, Get Right or Get Left, is their bumper sticker here at the Southwest Recovery Coalition. I'll move over to this booth here, HPWC. What does that stand for?
Helping Professional Wellness Center.
And your name?
I'm Forrest Sippy.
Well, Forrest, it's good to meet you. I'm Monty from Take 12 Recovery Radio. Tell us about this program.
So we're a level 2 outpatient program serving people with substance use disorder. We also have a mental health services program. We also have domestic violence program and anger management and those kind of other services. We have locations in Battleground and in Hazeldale with some hope to be starting something in the east side over here on Mill Plain area.
So as the recovery community grows and changes and morphs into a more unified group of people, do you see that as a real positive direction for Southwest Washington?
So it's interesting that you say unified group of people. You know, I'm finding that there's a lot of big money coming into the... Yeah. So, and a lot of out-of-state agencies that are national corporate kind of programs. I'm not saying that's all bad, but I don't see them necessarily as being part of the community or reaching out to the community. And again, I'm not trying to be...
No, I get it.
Yeah. So, when we started our agency about 6 years ago, it was our hope that people would welcome us into as providers. Certainly, there's enough need to go around. But I think that because of funding and because the pie gets cut up into smaller and smaller pieces, we need more things like what's happening here to unify us.
Do you think with some of the outside agencies that come in, and especially the larger ones, that we're going to be able to have a respectful relationship between the locals and these national organizations?
Well, that's a really good question. I think that things are very fragmented. The Northwest Recovery Coalition, I believe, is doing a great job at moving us towards that, right? Very welcoming of everybody that wants to participate in it. And if we can get to that kind of a place where we all understand that there is a need that we can all help, doesn't matter where the person goes, as long as they get help. And sometimes it takes a different approach in a different environment. So, I think we just need to loosen up a little bit and start talking about the real issues about helping people and
stick with the solution, right?
Yeah, stick with the solution.
There you go. Thank you, sir, so much. Helping Professionals Wellness Center, and you guys have a website?
Yeah, hpwellnesscenter.com.
All right, hpwellnesscenter.com. Please check it out. Thank you for talking to me. All right, I'm going to come over here and talk to Serenity Lane. Hi, Serenity Lane.
Hey, how are you? Good to see you. Good to see Take 12 here.
Yeah, you guys, are you from this area up here, or are you down in Coburg?
Well, I'm actually the counselor in the Vancouver office, and then Coburg, of course, is where the new inpatient facility is.
Right, and what a beautiful place it is.
It really is, after being kind of crammed in for 44 years.
Yeah,
now,
down in the college community, where they're throwing their beer cans over the fence at the clients.
Right. Yeah, so it's a nice campus, and it's giving people, and they've added some things that are really good. And of course, we've got the pain management. Rip is down there, and he does pain management, and that's all he focuses on, and that's a big help for a lot of people today too.
Yeah, and so your name is?
I'm Steve Harris.
All right, Steve, it's good to talk with you. So how long have you been doing the Serenity Lane thing?
Well, I've been with Serenity Lane now about 3 years, and I was here in the early 2000s for about 3 years, and I thought I'd go. I like food too, so I did some things with
You're
food.
a man after my own heart.
But but recovery is something I love, and so I'm back here again, and yeah.
So for folks that may not know, I can't imagine somebody in Southwest Washington or Oregon not knowing about Serenity Lane. But tell us about the treatment. I mean, this is not just substance abuse. This is dual diagnosis as well, right?
Well, we have a mental health team. Serenity Lane is an abstinence-based 12-step program or a recovery basis. And like I mentioned, we have the pain, there's mental health, there's all of these co-occurring things that we're looking at to help with long-term recovery, all the way through the outpatient and recovery support and alumni programs.
Yeah. So it's holistic.
Yes.
Means it treats the whole person.
That's right, exactly.
So the website, what is the website?
SerenityLane.org.
All right, SerenityLane.org. Take 12 Radio is a real big promoter of this organization. We encourage you to check it out, especially if you're in this area. And just because they don't live here, and we have listeners in Dubai and Australia, they can still contact you and get help.
Absolutely. In fact, we have patients coming from all over the country and even out of the country at times to our Coburg facility for the inpatient.
Yeah.
And then they may return back to their home, and we certainly recommend that they follow up. If they go to inpatient, follow up with the outpatient. I like to say, when you leave outpatient and you don't do anything, it's like stepping out of a fourth-story building.
I like that. That is really good.
Yeah.
All right, my friend, thank you so much for talking with me.
Here.
All right,
Yeah.
God bless you.
You
God
too.
bless you. All right, we're going to move back to the Take 12 Recovery Radio booth here and visit with Denver and see what kind of information he's been giving out and see what kind of questions people have been asking him. All right, Denver Wolfe. So, what kind of action have we been having at the booth so far?
It's been great. People showing up. A few of them had heard of us, but a lot of them haven't. I've had a beautiful chance to share with them, let them know what we're talking about. A few laughs on the show, as you listeners know, and then we get down to some serious recovery talk.
So, Jimmer, how long have you been doing the recovery deal?
I'm clean and sober for 2 years. What do you mean by recovery deal?
Well, that could be really stretched out, couldn't it?
It could be, most certainly. I've been with you now, I think probably 3 or 4 months. Been having a ball with that. But yeah, I've been with Teen Challenge, and my recovery has been successful for the last 2 years, and I'm excited about it.
Okay, so Teen Challenge is not here today, but tell all the listeners a little bit about the Teen Challenge program.
All right, we're a faith-based year-long program. You sign in and you live there at the center. We support ourselves by working 3 thrift stores down there in the valley. We're in shed country, sheep country as I call it, and you live there on the premise. We have classes, we have chapel. A lot of these guys come into this program not really having a lot of structure in their life, so we offer that. It's been a miracle in my life. You know, it's a foundation that you build towards a relationship with Jesus.
All right, very good. So Teen Challenge is a faith-based program. It does support a 12-step model and works with literally thousands of people every year. You can visit teenchallengeusa.com for more information on that. All right, we're going to take a sharp break, and we'll be back. Christ-centered faith-based solutions for youth, adults, and families struggling with life-controlling problems such as addiction.
Drugs and alcohol allowed me to let go of the bundle of fears that were always with me, even if it was just for a little while. But pretty soon I was deep in addiction. After an overdose almost left my son without a mom, I finally decided to come to Teen Challenge. Although I was away from my family for a long time, it was the best decision of my life. Today, I'm clean and sober, and God has more than restored my family. He's transformed it.
For more information and to locate a Teen Challenge center near you, visit teenchallengeusa.com.
Hey, this is Tommy Holmes, and you're listening to Take12Radio.com. Recovery talk and positive music with the Monty'man.
All righty then. Welcome back to the show. You can also download our app at Take12RecoveryRadio.podomatic.com. Download the Podomatic app and become a Podomatic listener. You can listen to us on your mobile device through your car if it has Bluetooth capability, and download all of our archives 24/7 as well. We are at the Southwest Washington Recovery Coalition Recovery Forum here at Clark College. The room is packed with folks, and here pretty soon they're going to be having some presentations, but we've been walking around interviewing some of the presenters and some of the hosts at some of the recovery booths here at Clark College. So I am standing right now at the Exchange Church booth. How you doing?
Oh, good, man. Good to see you, brother.
Yeah, good to see you.
Yeah.
Your name?
Bill.
And we've talked before, Bill. Yeah, last year, the year before, probably. I mean, you guys are always here.
Oh, yeah. We're sort of like a bad rash. We keep coming back.
That's right. Bill, tell us about the Exchange Church.
Yeah, well, we do a service on Saturday nights at Faith Center Church, and it's all about recovery. 350 or so addicts, alcoholics.
I just love that. I love that.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Looks like a jailbreak sometimes, but it's awesome.
It is awesome. So you're not alone in this thing. You got a partner in crime, right?
Yeah, that's my wife Vicky. She's the spark plug in the deal.
Right. So is Vicky here today?
Yeah. She's sitting over there. Well, she was right over there.
She's a busy woman.
Yeah, she's running around talking to somebody, I'm sure.
How in the world did the Exchange Church start?
Well, we started the Exchange. We used to drive by the needle exchange in Vancouver, where people exchange old needles for new needles.
Right.
And we came up with the idea of what if they exchange their old life for a new life? And so that's where it sort of started. And we just started a church in 2010, and we've been going ever since. And Faces of Hope, and yeah, it's just seeing people changed, and it's awesome.
So you have a real mixed bag of people from different recovery groups, right?
Right. Oh yeah. We welcome everybody, and we're just sort of the faith-based hub of if somebody wants that, come see us, and we'll hook them up.
Yeah. So I'm sure there's people from CR, AA, NA, Alcoholics for Christ, whatever. There's a plethora of people coming, and the agenda kind of gets left at the door. You guys are about unity and purpose, getting in touch with God, and filling that hole that all this other junk just can't take care of.
It's true. It's awesome. It's good stuff.
Amen. What is your website, Bill?
DriveOutAddiction.com.
I love it. DriveOutAddiction.com.
Perfect.
All right. Listen, we're going to put a link to your site on our website this year. So be looking for that at take12radio.com, driveoutaddiction.com. So you better hand me a pamphlet.
There we go.
Otherwise, with my brain, I'll forget. Thanks, Bill, for talking to me.
All right. Thank you. Have a good one.
You too. God bless you. The Exchange Church, driveoutaddiction.com. Please check it out. We are wrapping it up. The room is breaking up. There was several speakers that spoke, and one of the speakers was a Clark County judge. And he had mentioned that his job was to assign UAs, to order people to treatment, to put handcuffs on other people, and to demand recovery for still others. And he had mentioned, though, that they didn't need people like him. They needed people like us in the recovery community to band together so we could put people like him out of work, basically, because he is not excited about having to do that. He is excited about the unity of the recovery community. What do you think about what he said about that, Denver?
Yeah, I thought he was kind of shy on the mic, but he did have a wonderful comment. He doesn't like it, but the fact that some of the people that he has had to enforce these kind of laws, I'm sure he's seen a few of them here today, and the outcome is good. They're back with their families, they're clean and sober, they're getting their lives together, and that is because he had to enforce that. But he mentioned strongly that he's very happy that we are the ones that actually engage that and make that happen. We are the ones that are responsible for our recovery.
Yeah, and so I was really moved by the fact that we have a county judge that would show up to something like this, and he even mentioned attending meetings. So it's probably possible he's in recovery himself, but for him to come and to honor those in recovery in the recovery community here in Clark County and the Southwest Recovery Coalition and Forum was really something. So. And listen, we'll be seeing you on the show with yet another show coming up here next week. Denver, you'll be there?
I'm looking forward to it.
All right. Thank you, Denver, for joining us.
Thank you, Monty.
You betcha. All right, my friends, until our next show, this is the Monty'man and Denver Wolfe broadcasting from Clark College for the Southwest Recovery Coalition and Forum 2017. Until our next broadcast, we are wishing God's perfect serenity for you. Bye-bye now. This broadcast has been exclusively sponsored by the Southwest Washington Recovery Coalition. To become a member of the coalition or for more information, visit SWWARC.org.
Kitty. This has been a broadcast of KHLT Recovery Broadcasting.